Sorry, I got this. I got Redbone playing in the background. And we are live. Let me hit the theme music here.
Welcome to the most important podcast you are listening to right now. The A Show with April Hunter and Aron Stevens.
Hello and welcome to the A Show. The A stands for a bit late because I was actually signing on. We'll tell the story later. April, how the hell are you this week?
I'm fabulous. Well, actually, I should say that I may disappear suddenly because Tampa Bay is in the middle of getting hit with a what was supposed to be a tropical storm. We got upgraded to a hurricane, and we had 30 minutes to prepare for that. So we're about to get clobbered. So if I disappear suddenly, love you guys. So
Adios.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing. So
Unbelievable.
How are you guys? You and Colin. Hello, Colin.
What's up? What's up, guys? How's it going this evening?
Just wonderful, swimmingly.
So, Aron, I've heard you've had some technical issues today.
Yes, that's why we're late. So again, I apologize to everyone coming in, but via the miracle of the click heard around the world, I am now tuned into the comments section. So as people file in, we'll be glad to hear from you. So type, I can see everything. Winona, hello. Alexa, hello. The A, there we are, right? We're all here. This is wonderful. But I'm going to talk about a tech issue. And I have a computer that I use Windows for this. I bought the computer specifically for this podcast. I have survived a very long time without a personal computer or a laptop. I have a phone and I have an iPad. The iPad I watch movies on the airplane. That is the only reason I have an iPad. I'm not going to swear. I have a phone for everything else. So the computer was a specific piece of equipment. I said, fine, cool. But now there's Windows and licensing and all this stuff. By the way, if you just want a basic Windows desktop, you have to pay for it. So you can buy a stinking computer and you still have to pay to be able to just type up a regular document, which is another story for another day.
Yeah.
You can get a computer and be able to do basic stuff like what you learn in 6th grade when you're sitting at a computer and you're just writing your name and you thought it was cool because
is that the biggest rib ever right there?
It's
you gotta
terrible.
pay for Word. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that is criminal. So to Windows, that's our tech flip off of the window. No, I'm sorry, because we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to bite the thumb. So that's a double thumb bite to Windows. And anyways, I go to sign on, and all of a sudden, Windows is like, you got this with Google and Windows, and Google said a thing, oh, you're never safer with Google. And look, here's the deal. I am, as an American, okay, because I'm not okay with it, but I've accepted the fact that, look, people, they view our emails. Like, I still refuse to click on the Yahoo thing because it was a couple of years ago. In their agreement, they said, we have the right to read your emails. Like, no, you don't, man. No, you don't. And I'm just very upset, and I'm sorry. So that's why I was late. We got it straightened out. I signed up just so we could be here and I could talk to all of you beautiful people today. And I'm going to shut up now.
Well, actually, Colin was mentioning something about that pre-show. What were you go for it, Colin. Bring up what you were saying.
I had seen something earlier in the day, and we all remember when the NSA got in trouble for reading our text messages and hacking in our phones and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it's legal for the government to spy on our communications if we are having a communication with someone overseas. Like if when I dated a Russian girl, I called her while she was in Russia, and I guaranteed they listened to that phone conversation. But now they have a new loophole, as if any of your internet traffic goes through a foreign country's channel, because there's millions of data sites for the internet. So emails, any kind of encrypted messages that you have, anything like that. Now the NSA has full legal wherewithal to read your emails and read those messages as long as it's channeled and funneled through a foreign data center.
And that's the Patriot Act, right? That's what we thought we wanted because we wanted to feel safe. Yes.
Yeah. That's probably a lot to do with the Patriot Act. You know, the
Now,
NSA's not gonna not want to spy on us. So they're
okay,
gonna
I'm
figure
just going to throw
something out.
something out there as a counterpoint, and this is me again, just saying. What if the Patriot Act helped save more lives than we could have possibly ever imagined? Think about that. Yes, there's the whole notion of the government spying on us just to know, and the evil advertisers. But what if, and I'm again just saying, because as Americans especially, like we live in peace, you know, the 9/11 and stuff like that, and we've had our own, you know, riots and things like that, but like, no, we're a very peaceful country. What if the Patriot Act, whether we like it or whether we don't, helps save more lives than any of us could ever realize? So I'm just saying, that's why, like, look, if the government knowing I bought this silk robe and a pair of slippers off of Amazon, like that, because that's what they're going to find, you know, online, right? Because if they're going to get you, they're going to just make stuff up about you anyway, right? Like, really, at what point spying on my website history, who cares? But what if it does save lives? Like, can we just think about that? And yes, it sucks despite our freedom and blah, 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 but there may be another side to it.
And that's what you think? All right, I will answer. I will come back at you with that. With an Abraham Lincoln quote that I love. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. So I feel that falls in line with what you're talking about, saying it's okay that they know that I bought this, or it's okay, I don't have anything to hide. They can look at my shit, because that's not too different than denying freedom to somebody else. Is saying that I have nothing to hide, so you can go ahead and I don't mean that with any disrespect, because there's a lot of people out there that do the same thing. They're like, oh, I'm cool with it if it's going to stop terrorism. You know what? I'm not. Because how many people have TSA stopped?
We don't know. And what I'm saying is...
But wait, there's more. There's more. Okay. So terrorism now, I told you a year ago that we're going to deal with terrorism. It's going to happen because we're so divided. We're going to get hit. We're going to get hit hard, and it's going to be our infrastructure. This is one of my predictions, yes? And we've been methodically over and over again. And right now, what we've dealt with, I don't know if you're aware, but like one of the biggest ransom payoffs for a terrorist. Okay? So where's TSA and the Patriot Act when it comes to that?
I mean, look, this whoever did this hacking and these terrorists, right? Like, who knows? Right? Maybe they found they were one step above the Patriot Act. They had an extra .com or a /, you know, terrorism. I don't know what the hell the code was to do what they did, but you know, like with anything, when you're dealing with a high level of professionalism, it's like, look, the worst NBA basketball team would still go out and kick the crap out of any college basketball team. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't, because it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to explain, you know this, but people don't know this. I'm going to explain why I am so passionate about these things, because it all comes from a personal situation. So my city in Florida was the city that had the water attacked during the Super Bowl. So you read about that city in Florida that had their water poisoned with lye. That's my small town. So it's personal. So, and they tried to do it twice and kill us all and kill all of our pets here in a very small town right outside of Tampa. So this is a personal thing for me. Additionally, when I talk about things like the vaccine and safety and not being tested, there have been multiple times I've been given medication, FDA prescribed, all kinds of stuff, whether it's Ranitidine or Vioxx, or I was pushed to get Gardasil. All of these things have been recalled. They cause cancer. They cause this. They cause that. Tetracycline, we found out later, that was something I was put on as a kid, causes all kinds of problems. So to have a natural distrust after having been told all these things are safe and then having them yanked back, creates a little bit of a skeptical mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that for me, that is why I don't have blind faith in what people tell me anymore, because I've been through it all and I've dealt with the side effects and I've seen it, and we almost died. So that's why I sit back and I'm like, let's wait and see. I don't know about TSA. I don't like that invasive situation with Patriot Act. I don't like how they told us that the net neutrality was in our best interest. That's not. So we should have repealed it. But people were so disinformed, they didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So go.
No. And again, I am with you in the sense of, I don't think the Patriot Act's cool, but would I sacrifice that in terms of like saving lives? Yeah. So the thing is, April, I don't know. And that's, I'm on the fence about it. So I try not to be so anti-government, anti this, anti that. Like, do I think there is a level of corruption there beyond our understanding? Yes, I do. And I believe it's deep and they are shady and 100%. Right. I'm not saying I don't, but, some things to preserve our way of life, like since September 11th, there really was no major attacks like that on American soil. And
there wasn't really before that either.
Yes, exactly.
So why do we have?
Well, maybe with the advent of the internet, because the internet changed the game, right? Look what it did for pro wrestling. Imagine what it did for the terrorist business, because those bastards can sit over there, and hack in something, and the bastards could be in Russia. Mm-hmm. They could be in, I'd say like one of Bin Laden's compounds, but those are no more. They can be any part of the world, right? They could be in Canada if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. And just, they get a little,
No, they can't. There's no such thing as a Canadian terrorist. Give me a break.
They get a little laptop. They pay for Windows Office so they can write little terrorist notes to their little terrorist friends. And then they're probably, like, I'm assuming at that level, like Windows or someone, or not Windows, but like,
no. Terrorists use Mac products.
Yeah, there's an app for a fucking terrorist app that you have to go in. But whatever these idiots are, as the world expanded, right, and as the world got smaller via the internet, mm-hmm. our strategies had to change, right? Like terrorism in the sense of like hacking and all that did not exist 20 years ago. I mean, maybe it did, but not to the level to what it did today, right? So with an expanding battlefield, as the landscape changes, you have to change your tactics. And that's why I am all for question the government, do this, but at the end of the day, I do think that some of these acts, even though we as people may not like them, they save more lives than we know, because who knows, the professionals, like the brave men and women in our military, and the stuff that they stop, and the stuff that and everyone says, oh, the CIA is this and the FBI is this. And there is some shady stuff, no doubt. I think, anyone with a brain can understand that, because the reality of it is, whether it's the FBI, the CIA, or, the local convenience store, at any workplace, there's going to be some drama, right? There's going to be this and that. And it's whether it's stealing a pack of gum or whatever, right? Or stealing the Nuco, who knows? But human nature, right? It lends itself to that. But I don't think these people are all bad. There are some very, very good police officers out there. And I know more good police officers than I do bad. And I've met a lot of them. All right. There are some extremely, extremely anyone that signs up to take a bullet for this country is a better person than me. But there is just some extremely, and I mean morally right, men and women in the military and I'm sure there are in the CIA, right? There are people who are driven to do what is right. And I don't think that everything is all bad, is what I'm saying.
What was that comment there that came up? Okay. The FDA is even pulling certain supplements off the market from companies due to certain ingredients in some that people say help fight against what the country is going through right now.
Are you serious?
See, so
like,
I don't.
Where do we know this from? What's the like? This is.
I don't see. I don't trust. I don't trust. I'm sorry. I don't. We have just seen too much bullshit and too many lies this year that if you look at the bigger picture, you can see right through it. And it's unfortunate that the people that were called conspiracy theorists were the ones that were, I mean, not the batshit crazy ones, but the truth seeker types were the ones that were labeled crazy because unfortunately they seem to have been able to figure it out. But when you're lied to repeatedly and told a bunch of crap like, oh, this came from a bat, or we don't have the cure, you're going to have to take a shot instead of here's something really simple that you could take. Or when other countries are using something like ivermectin and we're still not approving it. Or like in my case, I've seen repeatedly again and again and again, the FDA has tried to make vitamins and supplements available by prescription only. And then they tried to...
That is insane.
It's happened for decades now. Decades. They've tried to pull them off the market and make it available by prescription only. And then they try to call it quackery, holistic medicine quackery. But let me tell you something. If it were quackery, why do you have to discontinue all your supplements 2 weeks before surgery? Why do you have to list everything when you go see the doctor? Because that shit works.
Yes. And
no. I don't trust the FDA. I think they're in bed. I don't trust any of them when it comes. It's like follow the money.
I'm not saying I trust anyone. I'm not saying I trust anyone. No, please don't. I am not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, I don't think every decision that's being made, even if it's just by happenstance, like some of it, there may be some good to some of these things. There may be an upside. Sure. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I trust any of these. No, absolutely not. And frankly, when you're dealing with the politics, the average person, like we think very linear. When you have to think about world events and the economy and if I do this here, if I was a president, right? If I do this here, what's this going to do to gas prices? What is this going to do to food prices? If I make this decision here right now, how it affects mass groups of people and worried about the peace of our country. Like there is some levels that I think the average person cannot see. And
yes,
that, not that I have a choice, but I do have a faith in that if we were to completely collapse, what would the haves like the rich people do? Like just hang out in their little houses and not have
it's just dirty houses.
Yeah. It's
and really long lawns.
Yeah. The gap between middle class and, rich, right. Or middle class and poor, it's widening. So it's just like it's going to fluctuate, right? And it'll fluctuate back. And that's kind of, in my opinion, just the nature of our economy. And look, here's the thing too, if you look back, and I'm not saying to not question and do your own research, because that's 100% where I am. So I am not, again, one of these people that trust and do this and no, absolutely do your own research.
Okay. Wait, let me cut in for a second. I have a friend who is a very well-known pro wrestler. Big dude. He could only get approved, and this was brought up, he could only get approved for this much stem cell to heal. Now, this country has a vested interest in people maintenance, staying sick. So he left this country. Yes, exactly.
Yes, there you go.
Pharma is only profitable if you stay sick. And made in America is disease. It's our GDP. It's our 6th largest GDP. And I think that the FDA is in bed with the AMA. That's why our food is banned from being exported to other countries. The stuff that they
with the American Music Awards, what do they have to do with this?
Yes, right,
I'm completely kidding. I had to say it.
But so a lot of wrestlers, this guy went to South America to get the proper amount of stem cell that he needed to heal. 6 months later, I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, I feel so much better. So why couldn't he do that here in this country? A. B, Why did it take forever to get stem cell in this country to begin with? When Bush banned it because of something about abortions and fetuses and all that stuff. Do you remember?
Yes.
He used that to keep us from getting healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally do get it, but we get it rationed. You can have this. You can't get enough to get better. You can get enough to get incrementally kind of okay, but you're still going to have to be on painkillers. And you're going to need, you're going to need cortisone shots still. So why is it that we have to, in the greatest nation in the freaking world, have to leave to go to third world countries to get medical? The kind of medical we need.
That should tell you something right there. That should absolutely tell you something.
And then people are under this delusion that Canadians are sneaking into our country to get care. Give me a break. We're sneaking out to go get care.
Yep.
I see it all the time. It's called medical tourism. This is you can look it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. And please, when you look things up,
that, right?
please don't use it. Yeah, there are. They book the entire thing. They will book your whole whatever surgery you need. You need a they'll do it all.
Yep.
So, yeah.
There you go.
And for some of it, it's less than the deductible that you would pay here to have it done.
Insane.
So, yeah, and it's just it's messed up. So,
wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But again, something for everyone to think about, which is why again I really dig the show, because we can talk about things like this. We can go back and forth. I know last week. Do you want to continue on this? Do you want to change topics?
What were you going at? Because I wrote a couple things down, but I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to do the show with all.
Go right ahead. Yeah, that's the hurricane is not hit.
Oh, and by the way, people were complaining I didn't have anything behind me, so I'm working on it. So this week I have Darth Vader.
That's very cool.
It's a start. I'll get something behind me.
And now it's right back. It looks like we can't even see him. So there, there was talk of a banner, and we may be working on that. So stay tuned.
Yeah, actually, I need a banner. I need someone to do something. But yeah.
But I'll take my kimono off here.
It's National Bikini Day. Strip it off.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we match. We're twins. We're twinsies. We match.
I know, right? Well, we know
right?
when the
every week we're the same color.
I know, right? Yeah, we don't plan this. We don't plan this either. So.
That's because we're got mind powers.
I know, you're right. So again, last week we talked about condiments, and it was a giant hit. This week, you people, you like to hear it, and April tells me this all the time, and I don't agree with it, but she's right. We like to hear little tidbits and stupid things that happen throughout the day. So here's what happened to me the other day. I went and got new shoes. Now, this may sound like a very mundane thing, but it's not, because if we're really being honest, I don't like change. Okay. I had white Puma sneakers that they go with anything. You can wear them with shorts. You can wear them with jeans, right? And they are good. They last. I clean them every so often, put a little white on them. And the things, I've had them for about 3 years, right? These things are great, right? Awesome. But it was time to get new shoes. So I went and I went to the Puma store. I went to a bunch of places, and I wanted something casual that I could wear with shorts or jeans, right? Like a good all-purpose shoe. Well, I saw a pair that I liked, but there was a problem. If you notice, there is a Ferrari symbol on the side of the shoe. And I'm in the checkout line.
Are you being sponsored? Are you being sponsored?
No, I'm in the checkout line. Yeah, but I'm in the checkout line. And I noticed this now. And I go, oh, crap, what the hell is this? Now there's people behind me, people in front of me. I'm like, I'm going to look like a mark for Ferrari. Like, yeah, look at me like I'm some kind of a weirdo. Okay, when I'm not a Ferrari guy anyway. If I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't buy a Ferrari. Now I got to wear the friggin' thing on my shoes. I almost went back, and I don't know if they're as acceptable as the white shoes with shorts. So what I think I'm going to do, here's the thing though. Guess how much I paid for these?
Are you asking me or are you asking the fans?
Yes, guess how much I paid. You, the fans, I can see you all on the chat.
I know what you paid. You were super excited about it, so I can't say.
In the chat, I want you all right now because I can see everyone at 50. Okay, that's a you know, let's see. Anyone else? Any other guesses? Apes? Okay. $40.
I know what you paid, yes.
$40 for these things.
In California, that's like getting them free, right?
$120 value I get for $40. So what I've also decided to do, I'm going to get a new pair of white Pumas. I may get the black little thing down the side, the little swoosh. I don't know yet, but I can wear those with shorts and I can wear these with jeans. So I'll have a winter and a summer pair of casual shoes, both very, very, stylish in my humble opinion. So there you go. That was my big thing.
Okay.
You got to look for the deals. Nordstrom
40
Rack
per shoe? No, 20 per shoe, I guess, right?
Yeah. Nordstrom Rack is a great fucking. I'm sorry, I can't swear. I can, but I try not to.
Everybody drink shots. Everybody drink.
Yeah, every time I swear, right? If you're over 21.
Every time Aron swears, we all have to have a shot.
Provided you're over 21.
Yeah, after dark, we're drinking.
Yeah.
Or not American.
Yes. How about this? If you're of legal age, but
there you go.
No, it's a it was a big deal. Nordstrom Rack is good. Macy's, you got to get them at the right times. When the season is changing over, so we're done with 4th of July. I was at the store the other day, and I saw some pumpkin stuff coming out. So Halloween is right around the corner.
No.
Oh yeah.
Slow.
It's coming. Oh no. Halloween is coming.
Slow.
It's coming like a stinking freight train.
No.
And, oh yeah.
That's just shameful. We gotta just slow. Let us live our lives. Okay. I know everybody wants to get past all of this, but stop trying to push it.
The earliest I've ever seen Christmas being advertised, it was on the 4th of July in Tampa, Florida, off of Dale Mabry Highway by Big Lots.
Mm-hmm.
And Wyndham was having a barbecue. So a bunch of us went. On the way, I was asked to get extra
pickles?
No.
Buns?
Just like sodas, chips, things like that.
Flip-flops?
No, it was soda and chips, I remember.
Condoms.
So I go in there. Yeah, I go in there, and all of a sudden, I get my stuff. I am 4th of July'd out, right? We can smell the barbecue. It's 4th of July. It's hot. It's Florida, but the store's red, white, and blue. And I'm like, all right, people are in there getting to their other, on the way to their barbecues, and we're giving, hey, God bless America, right? This was, probably over 10 years ago now, which is insane. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, maybe about 10 years ago. And all of a sudden, I turn, and there are 3 Christmas trees and a couple wreaths. And I went, hell no. But that was the earliest.
Did you brick through that window?
No, it was in Big Lots. It was already starting to get set up, but I have not seen Christmas advertised that early since. But it was 4th of July. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, they need to make a law. You can't do it before certain. I mean, it's awful. I don't even go in this. I don't know. By the time you actually get to December, you're kind of Christmased out, and it kind of ruins the whole thing. I've just stopped shopping now. I do everything online because I don't want that constant, September, October beating you over the head with the smell of holly. Wait a second, I'm not done with the smell of pumpkin. Chill. Okay.
Yeah. Well, get ready because pumpkin's coming before we know it.
So
you can burn all the midsummer night
girls everywhere. Rejoice.
Yeah. God.
Pumpkin spice.
Yep. It's coming.
Speaking of barbecues and heat and drinking, here is a very strange antidote for hangovers or avoiding them and sweating your nads off or whatever, your tats off. Pickle juice. So if you are out whether you're a marathon runner or you're working in the yard or you've just drank too much, have some dill pickle juice. It's something about it. I don't know what it does, but it restores better and faster than any Gatorade or Pedialyte can do. You can follow up with Gatorade or Pedialyte, but even if you're having like leg cramps in the middle of the night, reach for the pickle juice first. Yep. That is what works.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why it works, but it does.
No, it's a wonderful tip. And yeah, always have some pickle juice handy. If you're cramping, they will take that away real quick. And by it's day, immediate. I mean the electrolytes in
it's immediate. Juice. Okay, so oh God. So God, I hate telling the story. I just like an inner circle story, but I'm gonna say it. So I had to go through a sleep study because apparently I stop breathing when I sleep sometimes. And I've had my nose broken in the ring 4 times. And my septum's deviated, and I snore like a very, very large man. So I go through the sleep study, and anyone that's gone through this is, I guess, pretty common now, but anyone that's gone through this, the sleep study is not fun. But now they're letting you do it at home. So I'm wired up. I've got the wire here and the wire here and the thing here and the thing here. Like, you're wired. And I had done legs that day. So I went to the gym, did legs, came home, eventually went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night, like with the worst leg cramps ever. I mean, ever. Like, I'm dying. I'm like, So I'm like trying to straighten my leg. I can't. So I forgot that I'm wired up. So I'm hobbling out to the kitchen. I can't straighten my leg. I can't straighten my leg. I can't straighten my leg. I go to the refrigerator. I can't reach. The pickles are on the top shelf and I can't stand up straight. So I reach. I can't straighten my leg. Finally, I grab the pickles. I'm like, oh, thank God. I bring it down. It's a sweet freaking fucking pickles. It's the wrong one. It was like such a hope spot. I'm like, no, I know. Trying to get
you know what? Shame on you for getting those pickles anyway, because I don't think anyone should get them. My parents, that's a big thing. I go home, and all of a sudden, my father has half sour pickles. I went, what the hell is this? I go,
they're good. Sweet pickles are good.
No.
But man, I tell you, I took one sip, one big solid sip, and my leg straightened right out. It was like, that was like a miracle. Oh my God. Yeah.
Insane.
So
insane.
Yep. That was a good time.
Crazy stuff. It's dill pickles though. They should be the only pickle there is, my opinion.
Yeah, but you feel like there's only one type of mustard too.
No, I didn't say that. I said no. There's yellow mustard in America. Like, that's when, but I mean, then again, the spicy brown, right? If you put a little bit, it's funny. Like, I think like it's like the darker the mustard is, right? The spicier it is, like the Dijons and stuff like that. It's a different. And then like you get that
yellow ones are spicy.
Really, because like I'm thinking French's. And by the way, let's talk about this. Okay, when people think of ketchup in America, what do we think of? Heinz. Right. Hunt's is a very good brand of ketchup, though, too. Right. I'm not going to knock Hunt's.
Right. Heinz. Yeah.
When we say, hey, we got to get some mustard, what is the one brand? And I'm not a mustard guy, but what is the one brand of mustard? French's. Yes.
That's, why it's called French's? Because the French made mustard.
And that is right there. Those people have the market cornered on yellow mustard, because there is not another name more trusted in the mustard department than French's, because all of us know it. Like,
so there was a hot dog eating contest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think sponsored this hot dog eating contest?
French's.
Oh, and wait. By the way, they had a world heavyweight title when you won.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Eating Nathan's hot dogs.
Yeah. So you think French's sponsored it?
Well, French's and Nathan's.
Okay. Do you want to know who actually sponsored the hot dog competition? Freaking Bounty paper towels.
Wow, you talk about being smooth. Talk about being smooth.
There's a lot of cleanup afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, because I mean, the people that, like, I've known you know, and
we can't get Hunt, so we'll just take paper towels, I guess.
we've discussed my love for Chinese food on here before, right? So that's not a secret or anything.
Yeah.
But I have known people back, you know, in my Massachusetts that have been known for slamming hot dogs down. I mean, and I'm just going to say this: the people, and I have my vices, right? Chinese food, I admit it, but the people that are particular to like, oh, we're having a cookout, we're having hot dogs, hell yeah, and that come prepared. You know what I mean? With their little the drink with the styrofoam thing to keep it cool. They sit right by the condiments. You know what I mean? And they just keep shoveling them. They've been some characters, and they have been, all of them have been a little bit on the heavier side.
It's the bread. The bread will do it.
But I mean, but no, just shoveling, and the thing, like not competitive eaters, like, you know, not like Kobayashi where it's like you got to dip it in water and do it. No, like really enjoying it, like sitting down, but a consistent, you know, like Homer Simpson, more like oh, like kind of like thing like that, where they just keep shoveling them. And there was a place called Hot Dog Annie's, and my friend's father told me a story about my father, who is like, my father's like Oprah Winfrey. Like, he has a skinny year and then a fat year. And like when he first met Walter, Walter was a guy that trained us.
Kowalski, yeah.
Yeah, because my dad was kind of a mark too.
My mom was like that. My mom would be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It fluctuated.
Yeah, and like he got on, you know, be a vegetarian, so he went vegetarian, then he lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And so like he started like looking great and everything, then he went back to meat, so it's up and down. But my friend's father told me at one point he ate 16 hot dogs. And I asked my dad about it, and he says, yeah, but like he said it like it wasn't a big deal. Like, yeah, that was it. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's weird, but that's him. But yeah, he can shovel food down if he needs to.
My mom was on Weight Watchers when I don't know, I want to say 70s, early 80s. I don't remember, but she told me that at that point, hot dogs were like the prescribed food. So they would hot dogs on lettuce, and you would lose weight.
The 80s were a very interesting time. And it's funny, people. I'm sorry, I do not have bikini on. This is my tank top. Thank you very much. And it's getting us ready.
It's National Bikini Day.
It's National Bikini Day.
It's National
and
Bikini
that's why,
Day.
like, I didn't know if you had one. That's why I wore my kimono.
I'm wearing my bikini. This is it right here.
Well, yeah, and this is it. This is my mankini, which I wear every week.
You look very Olympian, I'll say.
Thank you. Yeah, so I can do like the one strap, like the old school. It's too nice. I'll rip the tank top, and I don't want to do that. So, yeah, but that was it. That was that's my hot dog thing. But Bounty, I can understand, because there's, you know, you're going to get spillage. It's not like a hamburger where
you're going to get pukage.
Oh yeah, you would, but hot dogs are messier, right? Like hamburgers, at least the bun covers all the condiments and whatever else you may dress it with. You get the relish, the onions, the mustard. Ketchup should not go on a hot dog, by the way. And when you're eating that, I mean, things are going to drip over. It's going to be a mess. And again, I haven't had a hot dog in a very long time, so that's why I can fit into my mankini.
I have. I would believe or agree that hot dogs are, when in doubt, when there's nothing else, like you have nothing else, they are acceptable fare. You just throw away the bun. I dieted. It's going to sound insane. I dieted for my very first fitness competition on the road, and I survived on a combination of whatever I could make, but I was touring at the time, and Wendy's chicken breasts with the what was it, the honey mustard, bacon cheeseburgers, and hot dogs, because like I said, I was touring full time on the road. So I was 20 something years old. This before I got to Walters. I was doing fitness competitions, and I was a feature burlesque dancer, a headliner. So I'd go around to all these places and be their burlesque dancer headliner. And I got to Tampa. I was doing a tour. I was hitting, like Texas and making my way over. Got to Tampa and did a military obstacle course fitness competition where you have the bikini part, or sorry, the fitness part, the obstacle part, and the bikini part. And I stayed lean. Well, obviously no bread, but just eat meat. Just eat the meat.
What?
But that doesn't work for everybody.
It's awesome. So
different diets
it
work for
can be
different
done.
people.
Yep. Oh, and also someone's commenting about the shoes. They're the red ones. Just in case y'all don't know. All right, these are the red ones. $40. Can't beat it with a stick. And it's funny because like you took a very, very interesting approach to that, right? Like you didn't let the fact that you were on the road and these circumstances get in the way of doing what you needed to do. So I think that's testament to you can always find a way. Like when in doubt, you can find your own way and make something work and make something happen. You just have to want it bad enough. Because I personally, if I get something from Wendy's, I want it served between 2 slices of bread with some onions, ketchup, mustard, and lettuce on it. That's just my opinion.
Well, I always say, if you want something, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. So I am. I never thought this was a big deal, but apparently it is in the real world. I'm apparently like extraordinarily disciplined. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's being like military background or I don't know what it is, but I guess I've been self-employed forever, and if it is to be, it's up to me. So if it's going to get done, it's got to be me. So I thought everybody was like this. I realized with quarantine that they're not. All these people were complaining that they couldn't work from home. I'm like, what do you mean you can't work from home? Working from home is great. You can set your own hours. If you're a night person, you can work nights. You can do this, you can do that. And I realized that apparently it's hard for some people.
It is, to be on their own schedule, to do their own thing. And it's it's not easy all the time.
Yeah. And then working out, a lot of people aren't,
Yeah.
I would say with working out, you just treat it like a job. You schedule it in to your life like a job, and you don't have to do an hour or 2 hours. You can do 30 minutes, and it's something's better than nothing.
Absolutely.
You schedule in 20, 30 minutes, you do it, it's done. You're like, oh, this is my lunch hour, this is my workout hour.
No, without a doubt.
Done.
Without a doubt. I agree.
But yeah, if you want it, you'll find a way. If you don't want it, you will find an excuse.
No doubt.
And when you're in the middle of nowhere, and there's nothing around except for gas stations and maybe Wendy's, that's what you get to eat. So
make your choice.
That's all there is. Yeah.
You make your choice.
So I remember going down the highway, peeling off the chicken breast, trying to throw in extra pickles on it, taking the bun, chucking it out the window, and going. So I'm like, I'm feeding the animals. So
absolutely. Yep. Hell yeah. That's good.
So we talked about a bunch of stuff today and yesterday and this week, and I don't know how much of that we want to.
Well, we got a lot, and I just saw one thing.
What's that?
No, please go ahead.
No, we talked about some rather deep stuff, and I don't know how much, if we wanted to bring any of that on here or not. But so, I didn't know if we wanted to go there today.
I have an idea for a segment, everyone. What do y'all think of this? We are going to have a segment called Rapid Deep, which is where we get 2 minutes to discuss one topic. When the alarm goes off, we have to switch to a topic. Do you want to do this, April? Do you have some deep subjects we can cover?
I don't know if I can do it in 2 minutes, but I'll try.
Oh, no, I'm talking 2 minutes between the two of us. So we got to have 1 minute. So I'm going to set a timer right now. Hang on, everyone.
Okay. Who's bringing up the topics?
You.
No.
You just said you have a list.
Well, yeah, but no, the stuff we talked about.
You got the list, though. So whatever we talked about.
No, I know we talked about a couple. Okay, fuck it.
Yeah, ready? And let me know. And 3, 2. All right.
Hobby Lobby taking out a full page ad on 4th of July. Go.
My opinion, look, you can feed the homeless. You can do whatever. And with social media, more people are going to see it anyway. But they did that to make a statement. And something, I think this country was founded on religious freedom. We should respect everyone's freedom. And it doesn't need to be one thing or another in terms of how we view our friends at the Hobby Lobby. If you don't like what they did, you don't have to support it. If you misconstrue, or I'm not going to say misconstrue, if you interpreted it as Christians are superior, you don't have to support them, because in my opinion, and I am a Christian, I think God created everyone. We are all equal. And I would have taken out a page and said, hey, be kind to each other. Love the Hobby Lobby. You know what I mean? That I think would have been a more Christian thing, because that goes all people. 1 minute left. You go.
Okay. I think taking out a full page ad was a complete waste of money, and it was rather elitist the way they did it. To assume that this country is a Christian nation is to assume wrong, when only 65% of the country is Christian. So I don't know if they did it for a publicity stunt. If so, well played. But when you say one nation under God, and that's what this country should be, you are historically mistaken, because the under God was put on the money in the 50s as part of a Cold War tactic, because Russia liked our money. So I really wish people knew the history of where some of these things come from, because they get it wrong over and over again. So that's what annoys me. People use things to justify what their own agenda and their own beliefs, and they don't understand where it actually comes from and what it was actually used for. So
There we go.
there you go.
Look at that. With 10 seconds to spare. That's pretty good. So that was seg one of what was it? What did I name the segment? Was it
I don't
Rapid
know.
Deep?
Okay.
There's our alarm. Shut it down.
Okay.
All right, so that was pretty cool. So would any of you, because again, I can see y'all right now, what do you guys want to hear us talk about? Unless April, you have something else. I thought that was pretty fun and well done in 2 minutes.
I had that Norman Rockwell story.
All right, we can do that. 3, 2, and go.
All right, this is a very short one. Norman Rockwell is known for painting the iconic happiness, the Americana. But in reality, he moved to an area of Massachusetts that is less than beautiful, because there was a very well-known psychiatric ward there, and he was in and out of there frequently. Matter of fact, he racked up such an insane medical bill. He had to work for, I believe it was Kellogg's. So he was indebted to them, having to do their stuff to try and work down his medical bill. So in the end, it seems that he painted the reality he wished to have, which kind of backs up fake it till you make it, or try and view things as if.
That's crazy. And for those of you that don't know who Norman Rockwell is, I'm not going to say get out, because, you guys are what keeps the show going. So plus, I think you're all awesome.
Google him. Please, or I don't want to say Google. Please DuckDuckGo him.
He really, really painted the picture of what a certain period in America, what America was. What I know in my house, and I say my house with my family and everything. My grandmother had the Norman Rockwell plates with images, and then Christmas time, Aunt Lucille would always have a giant thing with Norman Rockwell and watch.
He was iconic with Charles Schultz.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like the OG of American painters. I shouldn't say American painter, of Americana painters.
Americana, yeah.
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 Really, really amazing. And Norman Rockwell, he's awesome. But again, look at him. He himself, he longed for something so bad that he used that as a creative outlet. It's amazing. And
act as if.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I tell you what, if we really, we just covered 2 pretty major things, and we're doing all right. Movies. Movies we're looking forward to.
Black Widow. Please don't.
I'll say that. Yeah,
please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up.
Double up. You sound like you're rapping. Sorry. Oh, by the way, Colin, do we have the soundbite of April doing her ding 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 ding? That thing?
Goddamn!
No, but I can definitely clip that out.
Yeah, I think we need to clip that, and that needs to be inserted on the show going forward.
I'll put it on the intro. where like at the end
Yeah.
it leads out with
The
her
first
doing
version, the first
In
version's
fact,
better than the
it should
second.
be like we're instead of the other. That's all, folks. It should April go dun, 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 dun. God damn! That's how we end.
Dude, okay, so
Right.
that speaking, we'll go back to movies. That came from last year. I was seeing somebody, and we decided to go on a vacation during a holiday weekend. And his Jeep, just empty every pocket, which is what Jeep stands for, broke down on the side of the road in somewhere in Georgia on a holiday weekend. It was a very small town where nothing was open, no rental car, no nothing. So we were trapped in the middle of, I don't know, all day. It was so hot. And because it was like COVID, they were trying to tell us that they were going to come tow the car to, I don't know, La Quinta, but we couldn't ride with them. So we are going to have to call an Uber to come get us from the side of the road after we'd already been there for hours. But Uber, nobody was working Uber either. So again, holiday. So he's talking to me, and all I'm hearing is, God damn, like this is how he's talking, and I'm just like, fucking just kill me, kill me. So yeah, so that happened, and that's where I got that from, the tow truck driver in Bumfuck, Georgia. So yeah.
Yep.
It does sound like a beginning of a horror movie, right?
It's
Yeah. And to make matters even more wonderful, and this is so great. So we got in the hotel. We lost the reservation where we were. Hey, yeah, Patreon. Thank you, Bravo Needs Bacon and April Needs Bacon. Thank you for joining our Patreon. We are really happy with the, with the people who join our Patreon and support us. Thank you, because we get to do this. So
yeah, we're like the underground.
It keeps us going.
It
keeps us going. So thank you for supporting us. And you can do that for as little as $1. So we, it means a lot.
So anyway, the free speech zone, educated free speech, we all can talk. We listen to each other. This is great. Thank you, Bravo. Appreciate you. But that's cool. We added another one to the family.
Yay.
And I shouldn't say family, but another one to the group. We're a legit group. We're more like a street gang.
There you go. We're like a pod of dolphins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway, that car went to the Jeep service center, rented a car, eventually made it up to Asheville, North Carolina, stayed with friends. It was wonderful. Saw mountains. Haven't seen that in Florida. Came back down to pick up the Jeep, which is now fixed. Got, I don't know, 2 hours down the road, maybe 3 hours. Same thing happened again. We're stranded on the side of the road. It's still a holiday week. Pulled an all-nighter. I'm like, this doesn't happen twice. This doesn't happen twice. That's what happened, though. Back to you, Aaron. Favorite movie? Movie you're looking forward to?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation when it comes on TV in a few months.
Really?
Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow.
Really? You're looking forward to Black Widow?
Yes, I am. Why wouldn't I be? I'm a Marvel fan. I like to keep abreast of what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Right. Well, the second tow truck driver was a meth head.
It's always good.
Who was shaking, and that's a whole nother story there. There was a gun involved and some other stuff. So that'll be in a blog. That almost became a really bad situation. So it really did almost turn into a horror film.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think I told you about that one, didn't I?
You did. Oh yeah, a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another from Mr. Marvelous. Would you ever consider managing in wrestling?
You or me?
You.
Oh, me? Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
you.
totally.
I'm one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions. Thank you very much.
Oh. Yeah, no, I would totally consider managing. Depends on where, like if it was someplace cool, like,
like
AEW or NWA or something like that. Yeah. But I'm definitely not going to get back in the ring again. Unless it was like a very rare special event and there wasn't a whole lot of stuff going on because I'm beat up. But managing, yes. That was always fun for me.
Very cool. Well, yeah, I managed a loop of house shows once. In fact, I'll send Colin the picture and he'll do his little magic act and put it up there. Yes, that was right when like a bunch of people, I think like Drew and Jinder and Like they had just kind of fired a bunch of people, and it was on the house shows. Like they fired him on a Thursday, and this was like on a Friday. So we're like, what the heck? The card was all messed up. So Aron comes to me. He's like, Sandu, you're going to be managing tonight. It's going to be a 6-man, and it was like Heath who was still there with everyone else. So it was quite a thing. And I threw my suit on, had some sunglasses, had the plan, came out and was like a 1980s manager, and I had the greatest time of my life. I will send the picture to Colin. But it was so much fun. Like managing is the best gig ever.
Yes, it's fun. I've always really liked it. I was that was my exit from wrestling, was managing a stable in Shine Wrestling. So it was Made in Sin at first. It was a tag team, and then we turned into Valkyrie, and it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of shenanigans. So, yes, exactly. Getting paid not to bump. So, well, I did get bumped every so often, and we were heels, but it was done in a certain way. So,
but no, it was I bribed the referee with a $5 bill, and for some reason, it was like Orlando and TJ, Orlando and Eddie, and someone like when they saw me bribing John Cone, like I was standing there on the apron like this, and I had my sunglasses on. I'm going like, hey, and I had the dollar. I'm going like that with it. They lost it and started laughing, and yeah, that was like a thing where they still like, why $5? That was just a little stupid bit of information there for everybody, but it was no, loved managing, and I was totally like Gary Hart, Paul Ellering, and yeah,
Sweet
like
suit.
I don't have. Oh, you like that suit?
Yeah.
You know what? The color combo was rocking because that shirt was actually light pink, and I had that pink tie. I tell you what, I thought I was cool.
It's a lot of guys won't wear pink. I think pink is fabulous. You see it in Europe. You see men wearing pink, not here. More men should wear pink.
Hello.
I know. You know what? I've kind of used pink as a measuring tool with men, because it's like, if you will wear pink, I might date you, because that means you're very comfortable in your masculinity.
I've worn flesh color,
and you are a self-confident man.
Well, pink's awesome. It stands out on television. Like, that's the thing.
It looks good on everyone's skin too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, everyone's skin tone looks good with pink. Everyone's.
Wow, that's true. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. One time we got in the ring. Speaking of pink and doing crazy stuff, everybody got thrown out of the ring, and my girls were victorious. This is one of those schmas. Everybody's out. We're in. There's a photographer walking around. I grab I don't know how much this thing was, his camera, bring it in. I'm like, oh, the camera. We all line up. We're taking selfies in the ring with those guys behind us on the floor. It was fun.
Wow.
I thought the photographer was going to kill me. It's like, give me back my
equipment, right? That's
$5,000 Nikon. Yeah.
Yeah. You might have had to answer for that.
Aron can make a potato sack look good, to be honest.
Thank you. I try.
Right?
I absolutely do try. If you're gonna, I put ketchup on it.
Not Dijon though.
No. Yeah, that's some good stuff. That's again, we're touching all bases here. What else do we have? This actually, right before we were getting ready to hop on, I saw this, and I'm interested to see how this plays out. So it was Cuomo, I believe, has declared, and I don't want to be misquoted here. So let me just look it up. Something where he declared something to fight the federal laws, or I don't think it was a state of emergency, but it may have been, or he declared like a statewide emergency to essentially go after the gun laws. And I'm trying to look up the specifics here. So
really,
yeah, I don't, because if you do that,
well, isn't he in a technically gun-free state anyway? Right? No.
Yeah. Yeah. I am so sorry. I'm trying to find this here. Well, either way, I will say this. If we're going after the criminals and the ones that are purchasing guns illegally, absolutely, without a doubt. I think that's something like that should be where the money is kind of going. Not like legal gun overs and change the law and make ammo expensive. And if bad guys want to get guns, there will always be a black market. When you take the guns away from the good people, the bad people have them and the good people don't. And I was talking to a cop in Chicago about 5 or 6 years ago when we were up there for a show. And this is when I'm talking. There were murders everywhere. Like Chicago was making national news with how many people were getting killed. And I just said, I go, officer, what's the deal here? And point blank, they don't let the citizens carry guns. All the bad guys have them. And we've seen things with defund the police. Why is our crime rate the way it is? Why? And that's the thing, right? Like, I don't like hot dogs. You do. You can save 16 cents on a hot dog. Look, gas prices are getting out of friggin' control. Like, there's an ebb and a flow. There's good, there's bad. And kudos to our president for telling that reporter what he thought. And in making the statement, all the media does is comment on the negative. And that is true. And I agree with our president there.
It's true. I honestly do not give a shit about Hunter Biden. So you might as well stop covering him because it doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter. No bearing.
The gas prices that let's really kind of
focus on what matters.
Let's
focus on what affects me.
Focus on what matters to the American people. And that's the thing. No, when you're president and you're in that job, that's what you do. Okay, Americans are upset about gas prices. Do you think saving 16 cents on a hot dog? Come on. All
right. So, I used to get heat all the time for saying this, that I don't think they should get rid of guns. I think they should arm every household. So, and here's why. And, of course, people who are anti-gun or, not used to our weird ways, again, military, used to our weird ways are not able to always wrap their head around this thinking. So here's the deal. We have an uneven playing field in this country. Whereas if you're somewhere like in England, where pretty much nobody has guns, it's kind of a little bit more even. So, but then again, you take away the guns in England, they're going to make bombs. We've seen this. And, knife stabbings have gone way up. So people are going to find a way to kill each other, unfortunately. Yes. So here's the problem. You have legal gun owners who do everything responsibly. And the fact is, like you said, the bad guys are always going to find a way. And in the areas that are gun-free, those are where the highest crimes are. Those are the highest crime rates because it's easy pickings.
This is facts. Again, we're not saying
that is factual.
Like, so, this is the way it is.
A criminal wants the easiest in and out, quickest way to get whatever he or she is getting without running into any bullshit. Meaning any bullshit, meaning a citizen having a gun or a cop having a gun. So are you going to hit a house or a business that is got a security guard there or is armed? No. You're going to go down the next place that doesn't have a camera and doesn't have somebody armed there and doesn't have a dog or whatever it is. You're going to pick what's easy. So if every fucking house was militarily mandatorily armed, like it is in, say, I don't know, it's like Switzerland, right?
Yes, and they can all shoot. I remember Claudio told me that. Had a wonderful conversation.
Switzerland was the country that the Nazis could not take because of that. So learn history because of it. So you have every household armed. Everybody knows how to shoot. They've already been through the classes. They know how to do it. Our crime rate goes down.
It's very funny.
So I feel like instead of taking away people's guns and punishing them for being a responsible citizen, why don't we just make better guns? We make phones where it recognizes our face. It recognizes our thumbprint. Why can't we make a gun that recognizes our face, that recognizes our thumbprint? That way criminals can't use my gun. My kid can't use my gun. It's only for me.
Google would want a hand in that, and Google would be able to tell you whether you can fire your weapon or not. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like that's the thing. If you make it like that, if it was just an autonomous lock, I'm all for that. You know, but if it was for register with this database and sign up, no, like you got to be recognize thumbprint, open, destroy, if need be. Like that's because and here's the thing, and my father taught me this. You know, I say that kind of in jest about destroy, but no, I'm serious. Like here's gun owning 101. This is the handle. This is the dangerous end.
mm-hmm.
You never, ever point that end at someone or
at
something
somebody else unless you're going to shoot it.
That you do not want to destroy.
Yep.
That is it.
Yep.
If you don't know if a gun is loaded, if it's not, you always assume it's loaded. You know, look at this. That's terrible. 249 people this year. And exactly. Okay. So like you wonder, is this some other countries that have their best interest in taking us over, wanting to I don't mean to be conspiracy theorists, but like wanting to be the ones that harp on the gun laws?
You know what I honestly think. This is going to sound bizarre again, conspiracy theorists, whatever. I'll own it. It's about control. It's about control. This is a large armed country, and we are constantly told a bunch of bullshit to keep us divided and infighting. And that's how Rome fell. Rome was a large, powerful country ahead of its time. They had amazing plumbing. They had everything, and they were the seeds of dissent were sown, and they were destroyed from within. The same way we're getting destroyed from within. Same way when it's Cold War and it's the powers that be. They keep us at each other's throats over pro-life, pro-choice, this, that, and the other. All this bullshit, Democrat, Republican. At the end of the day, we are being manipulated, and they want to take. Make the gun law stronger, take away the ammunition, make it so it's very difficult to stay armed, right? Why is that?
Because we're less susceptible to standing up for ourselves.
Exactly. If we collectively, Americans, decide to have a revolution, it would take 2.5 minutes to overthrow this government. And that's if somebody was dawdling behind us.
Now,
2.5 minutes.
Here's the thing. Biden did say something that was interesting. If we wanted to take the government over, we would need F-15s and nukes if we wanted to fight the United States government. But the problem is, like, would the president turn nukes on his own people? You know what I mean?
If the people are going to have a coup, they probably wouldn't care at that point. If you're willing to die to go up against and die for what you believe in, they probably wouldn't care if there were F-14s against us. And
you're right.
The very same military being told what to do are also in this with us. Who's to say they wouldn't be sympathetic?
Never know.
The difference between a warrior and a soldier does what he's told. A warrior does what's right.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, again, you could take that logic, twist it, and pervert it. So, like to me, I know, as my understanding, and look, I love our military, and you've got to obey your commanding officer and stuff. Because, like I said, statements like that are although true. I think if the average idiot, I'm going to warrior, I'm not going to scrub the latrines, or I'm a warrior and I don't like the guy next to me, in the foxhole, so I'm going to go shoot him or whatever, because it's going to be best for that could be perverted in a million different ways.
That's because people are stupid.
But yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I think with rational common sense, and again, I pray we never get to that point as a nation. And some news outlets are losing ratings, and I could not be happier. But again, it's not just one side or the other. It's just all the BS that we're fed. And again, I do hope that there are more of us that are waking up, more of us that are just, again, doing our own research. And we're not going to agree on everything, okay? Because guess what? We're all human. But we can have a discussion and at the same time go out and have a drink afterwards, or, have another chat on the show next week. It's just that, in my opinion, is what we are missing. And the answer is so simple. To just be a little more understanding, a little kinder, and a little more tolerant, Fight the real enemies. Black or white isn't the enemy. racism is.
I don't think we need to be more tolerant of each other. I think we need to be more curious. So, I mean, to imply coexist, God, I hate that. Or to imply tolerance, it means I don't like you, but I know you have as much right to the space as I do, so I'll tolerate your existence. Whereas curiosity is like, I don't know much about you, so tell me your story.
Yeah.
Where are you from? What's your religion? What's your language? Like, tell me about your family. What's your deal? Like, fill me in. Enlighten me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because you know what? That's a step above tolerance. And
Tolerance is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Tolerate the heat.
But yeah, natural curiosity, that would be amazing. But you know what? We can't just naturally like go around giving curiosity injections, you know? Like maybe as a people now, if we start to just cognitively develop, and I think a lot of us are, I think more people are than we'll ever know on the news and everything else. You know, if we just, again, be open. Oh, all right. Well, you believe this. Why? And not letting an opposing point of view, you know, on one issue completely like shape the way you view another human being. And then, oh, they don't understand where this and, you know, no, like if we could genuinely be curious and be open and teach our children, you know, and I am all for a strong background. I mean, not like, you know, go to church every Sunday and this, yes, all for it, you know, with families and that's me. But you need to be teaching, again, like we are all the same. And although some things may be different, to learn and, you know, share ideas and share points of view. That's like one of the coolest things we can do as people. And again, like those that are Christian, Christ did that. Tax collectors, Samaritan. I mean, he went the whole gamut, you know, people that were considered different at the time. And, you know, Buddha, the Siddhartha was royalty. And then he hung with some people that were practicing extreme fasting. He had different teachers. And then, you know, like that's focus on the good, right? Like what can we, even if you have to be selfish about it, like, okay, what can I learn from this person? Right? If people are having a hard time, at the very least, I appear to people's selfishness, right? Like, what can I learn from this person? You know, what kind of awesome foods does their culture have? You know, God, go to Greek Town in Toronto. Huh. Like, come on. You know, you get some of the best. It's amazing, right? Like, celebrate each other and learn from each other. That's why I say Toronto's the best. Toronto has, and they say it, right? This is the Italian section. This is the Greek section. This is, you know, whatever, like any kind of ethnicity, right? But everyone can go in the neighborhoods and like, yes, if you want a prosciutto, you're going to go to the Italian section to one of 3 or 4 delis in there that are the best. You know what I mean? If you want Greek food, if you want gyros, there's 2 or 3 places that you go in Greek Town, and that's where you go. And it's all people coexisting. And that is, I think, where we need to be.
That's actually one of the reasons I moved to Tampa and stayed here. Oh, there's feedback. I hate when that happens. It's because we don't have that. Everybody lives together and there's no sections. I like that. So
yeah, Tampa's pretty cool.
We don't have the black section in the Chinatown and the
no, and I say that right.
know.
Like there's different people living in different sections, but I'm talking about like where there's more predominantly owned businesses and things like that. And you know, and Toronto is not divided like that. That I was talking about.
I know Boston is. Yeah,
but like I was talking
Southeast,
neighborhoods
South
that have
End,
an
Jamaica
ethnic
Plain.
flavor to them. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's all. But it's no, Tampa's cool. Tampa is actually like for a blending of just like Tampa's kind of ahead of the game.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, we want a Cuban sandwich. Well, okay, we're going here, or like, you know, Wright's Deli on Dale Mabry. Who the hell? Like, yeah, Ybor is actually like that. Ybor, you know, you have, I mean, there's gay, straight, just every kind of race you can imagine, and there is like there's a few fights in there. I mean, no more, or I should say, way less than when I was in Louisville. But for the most part, when you go to Ybor City, like you're gonna have a good time. Like from steampunk to anything. I mean, there's Ybor has something for everyone, all age groups, and I mean everyone is happy for the most part in Ybor. I go to the castle myself.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
You're a living vampire.
Yes.
I just somebody just texted me and said that we're upgraded to we're a category 1
And
hurricane
wait a minute
now.
Oh, this can only mean one thing. The Peck Twitch on Twitch,
right?
which means we are getting ready to wrap the show up. Thank you all for joining us. By the way, this is another enlightening conversation. Hope everyone had a wonderful time. And April stayed with us the whole show. That's pretty good.
I did. Yeah, I think it's coming now. God, it's scary.
You're just gonna start blasting "Rocky Like a Hurricane" by the Scorpions.
Oh man, I just hate it. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. You're like completely out of control. It's like you do the best you can, and you hope that you're not demolished or
Yeah.
My house, my homeowner's insurance went almost double this year on like the worst year they could ever do that. It's just like, oh my God. And they charge extra for flood insurance. It's like
insane, absolutely insane. That's another way that they get you. And that's why, I'm all a capitalist, but like, we need to have some regulations.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
Humans. That's all I can say. More complicated than any other creature on the earth. That actually, that was one of the things I was going to say. Like every single organism exists to build this planet up, except for humans. We tear it down.
Really?
So when you remove a species from the chain, it throws things off if there's an extinction. But when you remove humans from the equation, things build back up, like we saw with quarantine, and they flourish.
Yeah, it's messed up. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
It was not a surprise. Yeah, it wasn't a surprise to me that we were the virus.
That's the other time. It's God. It makes you think, right? I mean, the canals and and if we could all just learn, like we all learn a little bit and learn, like now it's, you know what, though, maybe this next generation, I have faith in the next generation.
No. Because my pet sitter is young and I come home after I've been, my pet sitter house sitter.
Mm-hmm.
She's young. I come home and she hasn't even used the recycle can. She throws everything in the trash can.
Oh, but that's just
like,
a phase.
wow.
I used to do that. That's just a phase. Don't get mad at her for that. Well,
anyway, if you are in the LA area, are you really doing this? If you're in the LA area, I will be out there the week of the 21st. It's not the 21st, but the week of that Sunday, I will be at the Wrestling Guy store signing, and it's actually they're closing that weekend, so they're moving to another store. So I'll be their send off. So the Wrestling Guy store somewhere around the LA area. You can Google it or find it on Instagram, and hopefully I will see you because I don't get out there much. So I have a bunch of other appearances. But that's the next one, I think.
And yes, as always, please follow us on Twitch, on Twitter. Colin, let them all know where we can be found, and tell a friend. And if you don't like the show, tell an enemy. So thank you all for joining, and there you go. Oh, that was just a ringer. So the Scorpions shouldn't come after us.
There you go.
That was playing on my phone in the background. So I don't know if there's like copyright laws or anything, but no, if the Scorpions come after us, I'm going to come back with a smashing pumpkin.
Yeah, we're
like who's cooler than him? Like
we got to give credit. We got to give credit to the music when we put it up now, or we get in trouble.
Oh yeah, no, but the Scorpions absolutely made it up and they're awesome. But if they were to come after us, it'd be like, all right, yeah, you rock you like a hurricane, the zoo. All right, bullet with butterfly wings. What the hell do you want?
There you go.
And
Scorpions are way popular in Germany.
Scorpions are awesome. I love the Scorpions, but I'm just saying, like, I think Billy has him, and seeing as how I'm a tag team champion, he would probably be very upset with me, and I would lose. But I have to have one more match. But I would never hold a promoter hostage. No, it wouldn't be good. But plus I actually like really like and respect him as a human being. And but I'm just saying he's cooler than the Scorpions. And like in the music world, if people are gonna step, like I can just like hide behind the bazooka, be like, okay, you want to name drop in the music industry? What now? You know?
Can he introduce me to Trent Reznor?
Because
that dude seems like he's totally cool and weird, and I want to go to one of the concerts.
I'm gonna say yes. Like I'm gonna say he could introduce you to Madonna if you needed to.
There you go.
Like yeah. In fact, when we were at Impact, he did a thing and like it was like, look, you want. He was talking to somebody in the ring as part of creative. He was like, hey, look, I have Madonna on speed dial right now. I can call if I want. And like, I don't think he was lying because it was just like it was. But hey, again, I'm so happy what he's done, and you know, upcoming event in August 28th. I know I'm rambling way past our bedtime here, but yeah, it's going to be Wrestling at the Chase. You're definitely going to want to check this one out, please. And you know, if you guys want, I'll make a deal with you. If everyone that's still listening, I will share a very, very personal story about like what I'm going through now between now and August. If you guys can tell some friends to come in, let's get this beefed up a little bit with some numbers, some listeners. Let's get the word out. And I will actually share to you kind of like if you guys are wrestling fans, like what a sneak peek, like what is coming down the pipe and what I'm looking to do in August. And plus it'll keep me accountable. So
cool.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
So tell people and all that. All right. Right on.
All right. Is there anything else we need to cover? Any questions? Anything else? Mm-hmm. Colin, anything we got to handle?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing else. You know, it's National Bikini Day. There were no bikinis.
It's National Bikini Day. Do you have a bikini on?
No, I do not. But Aaron, I have some cosplay that is in honor of you. That is in honor of you today, sir.
Always interested in the cosplay world. Hey. Now you went. I see that you've gone with the inverse with the white robe and blue towel.
Yes.
Right. That's good, Colin. That's very, very good. I enjoy it. Now, what did you get for the towel fold? Let me see the towel fold.
It is a Macho Man. Yeah, scarf that I have.
Okay, but always remember, you cross right over left with the towel and left over right with the robe. It has to make like a braid. It just looks better. Yes. There you go.
Wow.
And I got the Ralph Lauren polo robe on today. So there's.
Well, you know what? Hang on. I always keep my Ralph Lauren handy. It's here it is. See.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to have it. And yes, for those of you that want to know, I do hang around the house in a bathrobe. Yes.
Yeah.
I just recently got this, and this thing's amazing.
Yeah.
And I tell you something, when the weather gets cooler, right?
It's like wearing a blanket, right?
In the summertime, it can be hard, but like, man, when it gets cooler, is that terry cloth?
Yes, I believe it is. Yes. It's very nice. I would say feel it, but you're in the internet.
When it gets cooler,
just the robe. Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
You shower, throw the robe on around September. Good to go.
Yeah,
from
you're good
September
until
about April.
Huh?
It's from September to April.
Yeah,
you can't beat this
I for Florida, we're hot until about December, but December through April, I live in a robe. I work from home. Why am I going to get dressed? I'm wearing boxer shorts right now. Like I'm like business on the top,
Okay.
Party down below.
Moses, Socrates, Plato, Jesus Christ. The list goes on and on.
Robes.
They all wore bathrobes.
They did wear robes, yeah. Yeah.
And the Big
Hugh
Lebowski.
Hefner.
Don't forget about the one of the greatest philosophers of our lifetime, the dude.
Yep, the dude.
Yep.
Dude.
Hefner. and myself.
Now, there's something to be said about that. So that's a thing for next week. And you know what, Colin, you can make a soundbite right now. I don't know if you have to hit record or edit it now. I'll make your job easier in about 3 seconds. I'm about to drop some knowledge, and you can tweet this out and post it out. Let me fix my hair here.
Here, let me
don't put this part on there.
The
so coming up on the A Show this week, we are going to discuss bathrobes. So I want you to leave your comments below. I think the greatest minds in history have all worn bathrobes, and I'm talking about philosophers to religious figures and everyone, everything. And it all comes down to having a bathrobe and being comfortable. So leave your bathrobe comments below and join us on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. Colin will post a link or something, and then I don't know whatever else we're on. But do that, and then you will just see the discussion on bathrobes and chime in, and we will get to the bottom of the bathrobe issue.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. We're working.
Won't restrict our thoughts. It gives them more of a free
yep.
flow. I can say that. I can say that. Yep. You get a flow. You get a flow. So.
Yeah. So
right.
We'll Twitter that. We'll post the shit out of it. Colin, I apologize because you send that link and I couldn't download it to my phone, and so we'll get with that next week, or I'll probably just retweet it and until one of you guys do it with a comment like I always do. And I need to get better with that. But hey, it's not bathrobe season yet, so hell.
Oh, so let the boob competition begin.
Oh no, we did. Like we
did that. Yeah, we did it here.
Yeah, we are
on Twitch. Here.
Yep. Oh, weren't we supposed to have a boob off? Yeah.
Was it a boob off?
Yeah, we were. Hang on.
Okay, so what are we doing? Okay.
So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you win. Yes, the winner in champion April. Not like we didn't see that one coming.
Wait, you said we were going to do a bicep, right?
Oh, we did, yes. And we're out of time. You'll have to join us next week for the A Show, where we will have a bicep competition in 3, 2, 1, go. I'd say you still win. You more tan,
no,
more
vascular. You win.
No, you got the jewelry, the cool tattoo. You win. So there we go. So we got our bicep off. We're not going to.
Pretty sure.
Yes, we're always going to give you guys what you pay to see. We said we're going to have a bicep off. We do it. So again, let's really weigh in on the bathrobe discussion. And you know what? I'm saying this right now. I am an expert when it comes to bathrobes. I mean, look at my little icon here. So I know, like, there's different layers. There's certain belt lengths. There's different knots you can do for different things with a bathrobe, and we'll discuss all of this.
I'm kind of an expert too.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. I might not have done it as publicly as you, but I'm definitely. I've got my fair share of pictures out there in my bathrobe.
We will find out next week.
I'll be your VP on this one.
So
I'll be your navigator, your co-host, your underling.
We will find out next week. And,
all right.
All right. Thank you all very much.
Thanks to our patrons. We really, really appreciate your sponsorship. So for keeping us going. Thank you also to Alexa for keeping our social media going. Thank you to Colin for being an amazing producer. He's going through a lot of hours and work changes right now and still managing to do this. So thank you.
Got a million things going on, still locking it down on the A Show.
Yep. So thanks to all of you for showing up and being here on Twitch with us. So appreciate it.
Remember, it's Patreon, not Hatreon.